Hey folks, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are. Um, Sierra Leoneans, this is very important, and I want you to listen to me very carefully because this will affect every one of us. Okay, we all know that yesterday the president of Sierra Leone, Dr. Anes Koroma, issued a press release. In that press release, which was read on SLBC TV late in the evening in Sierra Leone time, that he has relieved his vice president from office. And this is very important. The good thing about technology nowadays is that it has given us the tools that is necessary to be able to digest and make things very easy for the common man to understand. And I have decided to make a short video with a screencast to actually digest this um, press release by the president. Now let's go to the first quotation. I want to focus on the Constitution, the clauses that the president quotes on the Constitution. Now, the first one is actually about section here, right here, section 40, subsection 3, right? All right, let's go right to that quotation on the Constitution of Sierra Leone. Here, right here. All right, let's look at the context here first before we go to the quotation. All right, the quotation says office of president, and here 41, 2, 3. Now let's look at subsection 3 that the president quotes. It says the president shall be the guardian of the constitution and guarantor of national independence and territorial integrity, and shall ensure respect for treaties and international agreements. Definitely, the president has the right to do all this. Anyone, and I repeat, anyone who says the president does not have that right doesn't know this constitution. So the president is correct in this part that he is the guardian of the constitution, the guarantor, and the protector of our integrity, our territorial integrity, and he is the one that should respect treaties and international agreement. That has no question at all. Now, there is another part of the constitution that the president quotes, and we want to talk about this also. Let's go to this. Here, the president actually quotes section 41B. Well, before I actually go to this section, let me read for you because this is very important, because this is actually the main pretext that the president used for his decision. And therefore, let's read exactly what the president said. Here, it starts from here, right? It says, the public will recall, and I have also taken note of the fact that on Saturday, March the 14th, 2015, Alhaji Samsumana sought asylum from a foreign embassy, demonstrating a willingness to abandon his duty and office as vice president of our beloved republic. And whereas Alhaji Samuel Samsumana is no longer a member of a political party in Sierra Leone and therefore does not have, listen to this, the continuous requirement to hold office as vice president of the Republic of Sierra Leone as provided for in section 41B of the Constitution of Sierra Leone Act. All right, now let's go and read this. 41B, okay? Here you go. Now, when always you are reading a constitution, please pay attention to the context. What actually this one is talking about. All right. Now, it says qualification for office of president, right? And this is 41. And the clause that the president is quoting is actually the B. Okay. Now, let's read from 41 and come to the quotation, the B. It says, no person shall be qualified for election as president unless he is, that number B, a member of a political party. This is the pretext that the president is using to remove his vice president. But wait a minute. For those who actually doesn't have access to the constitution, they may be confused or they may be a little bit hesitant to say something. But this clearly is the wrong quotation, because what this quotation is talking about, this particular section is talking about, is about elections. Well, if we look at the elections was actually uh, conducted in 2012, about 3 years ago, right? So why the president used this quotation? And for his excuse, he is talking about continual requirement. Well, is the president or vice president continually seeking for elections? No, they are already elected, and the constitution clearly spelled out that this is for election. It has nothing to do with the office of the vice president itself. Now, for time's sake, let me bring you to two sections of this constitution that actually talk about the process to remove the president or the vice president from office. The first one is section 50. And this section 50, the context of this section is about mental or physical incapacity. Okay. And it says, I will just read one of the sections, and all is actually trying to talk about the same thing. Okay. Now it says, number one, where the cabinet has resolved that the question of the mental or physical capacity of the president, or could be the vice president, to discharge the function conferred on him by this constitution ought to be investigated, and has informed the speaker. And when we talk about speaker here, we talk about the speaker of parliament. Accordingly, the speaker shall, in consultation with the head of the medical service, not even the president, the medical service of Sierra Leone, appoint a board consisting of not less than 5 persons selected by him from among persons registered as medical practitioner under the laws of Sierra Leone. And if you go to subsection 2, it still just continue to explain how the process is going on. But here, it's clearly the vice president does in this case, this doesn't apply to the vice president, because the vice president, we all know, his mental and physical capacity is sound, so there is no question on this. Okay. Now, another section that actually talk about the removal of the president or the vice president is section 51. And when you look at the context here, it talks about misconduct by president or the vice president. And I'll read just one of the subsections so you can understand exactly, and we will go from there. And it says, one, if notice in writing is given to the speaker, and again, this one is talking about the speaker of parliament, signed by not less than one half of the members of parliament, of a motion alleging that the president or the vice president, whatever, has committed any violation of the constitution or any gross misconduct in the performance of the functions of his office, and specifying the particulars of the allegations, and proposing that a tribunal be appointed under this section to investigate those allegations, the speaker shall sorry. And now, this is about the speaker, and you can read the rest of this on your own time, but because of time, let me just here. The only organ of government responsible to remove the president or the vice president of Sierra Leone, according to this constitution, is parliament. So why the president was not advised by his advisors, his lawyers, that the decision he was taking is unconstitutional and it is a breach and abuse of power? And therefore, as Sierra Leoneans, we know our history. We've gone through civil war for 12 years, 12 good years. And we are just recovering from that civil war. We have Ebola disease. And we are still struggling to contain the Ebola disease. Now we are facing with another existential threat. That is a constitutional crisis. We are calling on the president to reverse his decision because it is unconstitutional. Thank you.